The New York Jets season has effectively slipped away, and the spotlight now turns to Aaron Rodgers' legacy. Sunday's devastating 31-6 loss to the Arizona Cardinals marks perhaps the lowest point of Rodgers' time with the Jets. A moment characterized by stifled hope and dashed expectations. This latest defeat feels especially heavy, evoking memories of Brett Favre's short, unremarkable stint with the Jets in 2008, only magnified by how swiftly things have unraveled for Rodgers and the team this year. Now sitting at a dismal 3-7, the Jets are spiraling towards an end-of-season outlook that leaves little room for optimism. This wasn't the outcome anyone envisioned when the Jets banked their future on Rodgers, who will turn 41 soon. The team's prospects, once bolstered by his arrival, have now plummeted, raising difficult questions about his long-term impact and what remains of his storied career. Rodgers' post-game comments on Sunday reflected a sense of resignation. Speaking in a subdued tone, he described the team's performance as lacking energy, a familiar refrain that he has used before. After what had seemed like a morale-boosting win over the Houston Texans, the expectation was that the Jets would emerge with renewed spirit and determination. Instead, they managed only 2 field goals, and the Cardinals racked up 406 yards of offense against a Jets defense that had once shown flashes of top-tier potential. This isn't the first time this season that Rodgers has cited energy as a missing ingredient in the Jets' formula for success. A few weeks back, after a 37-15 defeat by the Pittsburgh Steelers, he described the team as flat. Then, in what was supposed to be a winnable game against the struggling New England Patriots, the Jets fell short, losing 25-22. Each loss seems to carry a new level of embarrassment, underscoring the team's inability to find cohesion or consistency. Compounding the situation, head coach Robert Saleh was dismissed earlier in the season, while offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett was demoted. Key players such as wide receiver Mike Williams have since moved on, leaving a gaping hole in the offense, and even recent acquisition Davante Adams has struggled to make an impact. Meanwhile, Rodgers has yet to break his string of games without a 300-yard passing performance, which now stretches to 33 games. The team faces not only immediate struggles on the field but also a daunting financial hit, with $49 million in dead salary cap space looming in 2025 should Rodgers not return. The question now is where Rodgers and the Jets go from here. 2 primary options remain for the embattled quarterback. First, Rodgers might play out the rest of the 2024 season, hoping to extract some measure of redemption, and return in 2025 to conclude his career on a stronger note. This route is complicated, however, by uncertainty surrounding key personnel. Reports suggest that Davante Adams joined the Jets with the expectation that Rodgers would stay through 2025, but given the recent downward trajectory, it's unclear if the organization wants to bring either player back next year. This instability is further muddled by the prospect of Jets owner Woody Johnson potentially taking on a role in Donald Trump's future plans, which could leave further questions about who will oversee the team in the coming years. The second scenario is that this season could be Rodgers' last with the Jets. This path might be marked by either his retirement or the Jets' decision to initiate a sweeping overhaul, potentially removing the quarterback, general manager Joe Douglas, and others. Such a move would likely signal the end of the Rodgers era in New York, one marked by unmet expectations and unfulfilled promise. In that event, the Rodgers experiment would go down as a failed venture, likely to be dissected for years as fans and analysts attempt to understand what went wrong. For now, the future remains unclear. The Jets face yet another get-right game next week against the Indianapolis Colts, a team facing its own share of troubles. In Rodgers' words, "We've got a couple West Coast opponents coming out for 1 o'clock games. And we've got 1, 2, 3 division games. A lot still in front of us." Despite his hopeful words, the Jets' path ahead is clouded with uncertainty, as the team is left to grapple with the disappointments of the present and the ever-growing questions about what lies ahead.